I didn't use the artist word about myself until I was in Beacon for about 5 years. So maybe that would be what, 7 years ago or something? And everybody in Beacon was an artist. And after a while, I would listen to their music versus mine, or their writing and mine, and I said, if they're an artist, I'm an artist. It just wasn't my vocabulary. I just wrote, did that, and that was it. So as an artist, all of a sudden, I appreciated that there's all these different levels. If I'm at work at Salvation Army, I'm kind of a friendly guy, and you know, I'm chatty. In art, it depends which art. You know, like in writing and stuff, I've gotten some really nice compliments at some of the film festivals. So in that bunch, I am, you know, bigger than life, right? And then in music, I can still compose stuff, but I haven't been playing with people. But now it's going to be an advantage because I have a great idea. It came to me, you know, you talked about inspiration. It came to me and I said, winter project. You know, and it's just luck. So it's like Shakespeare, all the world's a stage. You can be a shithead or you can be the top end.
To be honest, I think I had finished Alderhyde before I really knew how much he had actually done. And by that I mean like his book writing, for example, was something that I didn't really find out about until later. I remember finding out a little bit after wrapping Alderhyde that he was just such an accomplished award-winning screenwriter, and that, you know, it feels like every week I'm seeing him post about something that he won.
His Instagram, literally every like 3 days I see a screenshot of an award that he won, or like for his writing or something. And I go to Nick and I'm like, yo, like, did you know Francis is just like an award-winning writer and stuff?
My creative process, now I'm not a professional at it, right? But my creative process, first of all, I want to be inspired or curious as hell, and you start doing the research. Well, I like to tell stories, and sometimes you're working and stuff, you can't do anything for years on end, and you go, oh man, I would like to get back to it. So you're storing sometimes this information that you want to play with. All of them very connected to Somers. So my influence and inspiration is local, but it's got to hit you and move you right off the bat. I mean, think of it. I was there across that big open field. I lived right there. That was part of the George Turner property and his farm from his dad and his grandfather. So I really embraced from the past and you know, the present to entertain and connect the reader to this once rural landscape and its historic past. Judge for yourself. In any case, let us now proceed with this tale of Stevenstown. After making some adjustments and changes to the town's people and the landscape so as to connect this story's present decade of the 1990s with its fictional supervisor Jack Mead to the 1940s tragedy of George Turner. The local, it's not a Gannett thing, but it's one of those papers, right? They had a story about local ghost stories. And the picture of my book was there, so that it's still being remembered, you know, since 1991 is really nice, because not many people write about All Hallows Eve and ghost stories. It's not a genre that you really don't. And what's my influence? Believe it or not, it's A Christmas Carol, Scrooge. So you get influenced by art, and then you go, no, well, I can take that and go over here. So I just feel fortunate.
Something that I've taken from Francis, that I've learned from Francis on set, is to just adore the work that you're doing, because you can tell that throughout his career, which has been very impressive, that he has never stopped caring about the art that he creates. He brings a joy to it, like a happiness. He gets very happy. He tells jokes on set, laughs on set. That's so nice that he has always cared so much about it, and that's taught me, you know, that this stuff that we get to do is a privilege, and it's a joy that we can do it.
I think with it, either you feel it and you go, yeah, or you don't, and you can always rise yourself up to it. Look at me, I'm not going to make shit probably on any of my projects. Worked my ass off on Dancing with Spies. 5 years, we'll do a published book, got all the screenplays, and it might go, Well, welcome to planet Earth is part of it. The end happens. And just to that realization sometimes makes it easier to just say, as an artist, you know, you don't, and then you read about great artists that were not appreciated at all during their time. I have a tough time sleeping. My imagination must be taken over or scaring the shit out of me. And you have no control when you're taking dreams or you're at night. Imagination is wonderful because if you can imagine it, you can write about it. So your imagination and where you go with information, it's almost, I don't know if you guys are religious or anything, but they use the word in religion a lot, transcend. You transcend, you go into a dream state in a way, right? And I think the artist has the same kind of thing. You imagine something, you feel it, you can contribute. That transcending moment, you have that as an artist. And you'll find that many people in the art thing are frightened. I mean, none of us want to make fools of ourselves. And my thing is, why not?